Hey everyone, so I'm still waiting. Haven't heard anything back yet on my job situation. I'm wearing my rings today, my cladder rings, and also my bracelets. These are the tiger eye. I have the blue, I have the hermatite. I have a lot of different bracelets that I use for protection, and I believe in the qualities, the properties that these gemstones have. I also have the rose quartz. So I'm going to light my little candle here. If I can get it to light. And today's readings, the seriousness of what is coming for our Lord are reflected in the readings, and how he's approaching his suffering and his end of his life that will come through one of his disciples. The readings, I'll post the link online because they're quite in depth today, and they are quite extensive. The disciples' tongue, to pray to have a disciples' tongue, I think is important. And if people say to me, oh, well, look at how you swear. You know what? Jesus said some very, very profound things, but he also said some things that are not recorded in the scriptures. And it's part of life to express ourselves. And then in the second reading, we have the Psalm. For some reason, the Vatican doesn't post the Psalm. I don't know why, but the Psalm is very beautiful today as well. And then we have the Gospel reading. The Psalm is, in your great love, O Lord, answer my prayer for your favor. And the Gospel acclamation before the Gospel. That it's interesting how when we read the scriptures, there's a lot that's left out. For example, when Jesus says, go to so-and-so and tell him the master needs the room. So-and-so, that's like how people would talk, especially like in the Goan community. That's how they would talk. They say, go to so-and-so, and you would know immediately like who they're talking about. They wouldn't even have to tell you. It's that closeness of the relationship in our families, in our communities. That's the same closeness of relationship that is in the Jewish communities. And Jesus is approaching this time. Judas has betrayed him, and he already knows it. They've paid him the money, and he knows that this time of suffering is coming. It's interesting how in John Maxwell's book, Sometimes We Win, Sometimes We Learn, there's a phrase that struck me where he says, sign your work. When you think about what Pontius Pilate did after he had Jesus flogged and killed, he signed it. He signed it off. This is the King of the Jews. Think about that. He did it intentionally. He did it knowingly. He did it deliberately. Think about it. He sent an innocent man, our God, to his death. Because for us, Jesus was fully human and fully divine. And he did it deliberately. Let it sink in. Let it sink into your brain, into your heart, into your soul. Let it sink in. The great betrayal.